Hey, folks, hello there. Well, we are back and we have another lantern. So this here is a RAYO number 78. You can barely tell, but 78. There it is right there. This looks very much like the Prisco number 2 special. The number 2 special does a brass pound. At least the one I got does. So same shape. So this apparently, so there is a list that is curated by one of the founders of one of our lantern groups, discussion groups, and he's got a list of with pictures and descriptions of existing um, rayos, and this is not on the list, and neither is my rayo number 24 beacon that I just finished. So I found this after I finished that, and then I realized, hey, wait a minute, that's not on the picture list either. So apparently, this is a rarity in the RAYO world. Unfortunately, it has its problems. Um, yeah. So I don't know yet. I don't know yet what the other problems are. We'll see. I mean, the biggest problem is heavy oxidation, and yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in there. We will see. So this is all kind of bent up and all this, but I can fix it. I can make it. I can make it work. I can. The cool thing about, I mean, this is the popular spot um, for rust to build up because rain gets up here and just it settles there. If this was like sitting somewhere just like that, that water just sits there, and it sits in the fountain too, and that's why the bottom's right out so quick. Let's see what this bottom looks like. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna find lots of pinholes when we clean that. But so, all right, that's what we got. And other than that, it has its parts. Parts is parts. So let's dig into it. See what we got to do here. Oh boy. Right. All right. Nothing wrong with that. CX. I wonder if that CX is anything like Dietz's CNX, which is like your heat resistant glass. It's like the early version of Pyrex. All right, you can tell that's been in there a while. That's highly weathered, right where the air tube. Oh, God. Yeah, right where the air tube was right there. All right, so okay, so let's see if this comes off. Yeah, this will come off, which is excellent. Whew. All right, well, that had to come off because we really need to have that off to clean that. Okay, that's a little off, but we can fix that. All right. That's just a little bending to do. Well, we can do that. We can do that when we go to put it back on there. So that will go to the bench grinder. So we'll get this off of here as well. Let's see how easy this will come off for us. Okay, I may try my paracord trick. If I got paracord nearby. Right. Okay. So, but paracord method, which because me and I freaking hate tool marks, I had come up with this idea before one of these. That's barely moving. All right, so what I want to do, I'll show you. I think last time I did this, I wasn't recording it, or I had it on Zoom and you missed the whole thing. All right, so here you can see. So I looped this paracord. This is 500-pound test cord, but not really, but you know what I mean. So around there, and I'm going to yank on this to get this mechanism out of here. This thing's tall. All right, let's see. Oh, wow, I just want to budge out of there. Let's see if this side works. Wow, I does not want to budge. I don't know. It's the first time I've had that be a problem. All right, well, that stays, I guess. Okay then. Well, I have not have that happen before. Interesting. Okay, well, we're gonna have to work around that. This hinge is seized up. We'll coil that. I got to get this hinge moving because this is completely in our way for doing anything. Okay, so I think what I'm going to try to do. Ooh, wow, look at that. Holy shit. Wow. Where the hell is that coming from? I did not see that in the tank. Wow. Oh, I see a wick. I actually see metal bottom. Look at all that, man. Wow. Holy crap. It got to be at half a cup here. 3/4 of a cup. Look at all that. Yikes. You know, all that shit would have been just like airborne in the house. That would have coated everything with a nice brownish tint. So what I'm going to try to do is get this hinge off of here because this is seized. And I got to have this up in order to work on other stuff here. So I'm going to get this out top. It would appear that it's not soldered. Hard to tell preliminarily what's going to happen. I mean, I'll make it work. The thing is, how pretty will it be when it's done? There we go. Okay, good. That will make things easier for storing this to where we want it. Okay, so it's a little funkulated. We can fix that. It's a lot better now, though. All right. Funkulated. Yeah, kind of team up. Funkulated. All right, so now we can get this rusty thing off of here. Get it cleaned up inside so it moves, and it looks like it'll work again. It doesn't appear to be rotted or anything. Not badly, anyway. Come on, meow. Okay. Oh, good. Not overly badly seized up there. Okay, we can clean that. No problem. This is also seized up. Oops, that's all right. Too much coil. There's no such thing. It's too much coil. Go, coil, go. There we go. That's all done. Oh, now this looks like this will come out now. Yes, it will. Okay. Okay, so I guess what it was happening was that seized up globe plate was holding this thing in place. So now we'll try this again so you'll know what I'm talking about. So you can see where I got it looped there. I'm going to yank on that. Oh, almost. Oh, I'll get common loop, I think. Okay. Did I get that? I hope I got that. I don't want to do it again. Okay, good. That's off. That'll clean up just fine. So will that. and get some more movement out of this so we can get it out of the way when we need it. There we go. Okay, and it looks to be in good shape. Now, let's see. Oh, that's a good sign that that's turning. This could be most of this project is getting all the parts off this thing. I'm going nuts with the coil because I just know what it is I'm going to be dealing with there. Cool thing is, crown is all tight. Oh man, and I could use this chimney. This is a number 2 chimney. Could use that on my number 24 beacon. All right, let's try again. Turn a little leverage here. Comes loose. Oh, I think it moved. Yeah, it's kind of moving. There we go. It's moving. And so I'm using this dowel here, right? So I put this dowel here, and it distributes out the energy that I'm putting on right here. Rather than me doing it here and putting a mark in it, I'm going like this, and I put the mark in this and let this distribute the energy out from my prying. That's why I always see wood dowels all over the place here. There we go. Awesome. All right, so that's off. That's a good sign. Look at how that sign rusted all the way there. Okay. We'll clean that up. Now, what is going on in there? Oh, good thing is, for me, the burner is not all the way on there, so let me turn it on. Okay, so we'll start lubing it up. But luckily, it's not on there super tight where you can't even get like a screwdriver or coil or anything in there, but you on there loosely. Okay, so we'll let that. Loads of insect larvae and shit down in there. That turns so great, but that's okay. Well, at least it's freaking turning. So I'm just gonna bring this wick down, get it out, just in case I have to feed this thing some coil from the bottom. So I wanted to get the wick out of the way so it doesn't soak up all the coil. Now I can bust up that hunk of nest. Jesus. Jeepers, man. Where's all that coming from? Now, where's the wick that I just... We just kind of hanging on the bottom. See it. Get it. Okay. Wick is out. That's not... be good for display. It'll work. Wow, another massive dustpan full of shit from inside this thing. I gotta tell you though, I'm feeling a little bit better about it now that I'm touching it. It's not gonna be the worst. If this was a fire hand, I wouldn't be, I'd be like, this thing's gonna be pristine. The fire hand steel just rusts different. It could look this bad and just clean up wonderful. We'll see how much bigger this hole is gonna, or if any other holes are gonna appear. Ooh, I can see right there. So we'll have the same problem. We'll have to do both sides. Little anticipatory repair. I see a pinhole here. I'm sure it's not the first. I see a couple. There's gonna be a million of them, I bet. No giant holes, I don't think. But then again, you saw how much shit we pulled out of there. Alright, so let me try this one more time. If I can't get it here, we'll just go to the bench grinder and work on that while coil thing. Alright, so, yeah, that's on there good. So we'll just keep hitting it with oil. There's almost no room to pry on it because it's on there so lightly. We'll get it though, get it. We got other methods to try. Okay, so I think now, I'll just go, I want to see what we're dealing with here. So I'm going to get this over the bench grinder and we'll let that thing. Right now I'm sampling. I'm sampling all over here to see what things are looking at here. Hello there, RAYO. And hello there, 78. Yeah, well, okay. So we have discovered the pinholes. Less than I thought. I thought I'd get a whole shit ton, but there's a number. There's a number of them. Yeah, look at this. Not looking too shabby. This is going to leave a beautiful patina when oiled up. Oh, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be chocolate. This is going to be dark chocolate. All right. So now I'm going to put a junk bit on here and get it all this stuff. This took a long time on the bench grinder just because this oxidation is just so connected. It was not going to give itself up without a fight. So this is a pretty new junk bit. So we'll give it a workout. Yeah. Oh, yeah, while we're at it, let's just try. Let's try this again. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We're out. Nothing wrong with this. It's weird that it's not brass. Normally, the RAYOs are all brass. Maybe we could put a brass one in here. Maybe with a brass crown. Maybe. We'll see. Let me go to the bench grinder and clean this up real quick before we continue, just so I can put that to bed. Hold on a minute. Okay, nice. That just a real quick cleanup, and we'll do a better job on that. But yeah, look at that. So this is gonna be good. This could be no problem. Not bad. It's got a couple little bends here. I'm not sure if that's factory or not. It would take a lot of work to bend that accidentally. I don't know. This not bad. A couple little pinholes, but that's not gonna hurt anything. Yes, we gotta work on that. So that bail came out good. So we'll work on that part. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got a tool that'll get us in there. We'll come back around to that. All right. So in the meantime, let's go with a junk bit and get all these areas. That grew in size. This one did a little bit as well. Okay, so here we go, junk bit. Yeah, boy, this thing's looking nice, actually. I really, I was really pretty skeptical because I kind of bought this for the other lantern that was with it. This was kind of an extra. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to pay for that. It's part of a 2-lantern lot. I figured this thing was going to be worth nothing. So I didn't know. I figured it was a Prisco or a RAYO or something, but I didn't know it was a number 78, and I didn't know it was going to really in better shape than I expected. And this is, it's early of me saying that, but now I need to search my parts bin for something with air tubes the same size. And I'm going to hack off. A hunk. It'll fit right on there and solder it on. That's if I can find one that's the same size. And also has the same pleating here. That's going to be a problem. So, but luckily I got new cutting wheels for my Dremel. And that might be easier. All right, so I'm going to go to a wheel. I guess I'll start a new one. But first, I want to get I'm gonna get this sucker out to clean the manifold. This is my manifold cleaner here. This is a this is a pointy bit with priapism. Yeah. Google that. Okay. All right. So I'll put this on there. I just want to clean out that manifold a little bit because it's got shit. Shit keeps falling out every time I tip this thing. So let me do that real quick. All right, I got some of the big chunks out. That's good. So now we'll go to a wheel, and I'll probably call it a night. Well, you know me. I'll probably be here all night. But it is, oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. Wow. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put a fresh wheel on, and this will clean up a lot of stuff. All right, let's get to it. Wire wheel. Oh, yeah, so I can see that I'm getting low on bits because I was down to one of these super cheap Amazon bits that I bought. I hadn't dug into one of them in like a year because I don't use them anymore. It must have been at the bottom of the pile. So this, yeah, oh yeah, now I'm starting to see the hairs everywhere. So that's why it was uneven and making all kinds of noise when I was using it. But yeah, these things suck. All right, so yeah, looks like I gotta order some bits. Hey, and you know, if you like the channel, I put a wish list in the description of some of my videos, maybe not all of them, but some of them have a little wish list on there, kind of stuff that I need here if you want to help. All right, so, hey man, look at this. Look at this. It looks pretty darn good until you get right there. And down there. That's pretty significant. And I need a cap. I need a burner. Oh no, I got a burner and a crown. Duh. I need a cap. I don't think. See, I don't have one because I needed one for this RAYO number 24. And I had one in my parts bin, but it broke while trying to get her apart from something. That's too bad. But we got a while. We got a while until we get to that point. So, that's going to do it for the night, man. Try to make myself something to eat. All right, tomorrow's going to come up just like... All right, so we are here the next day, and I'm going to put a fresh, non-disintegrating wheel on here and do a little finishing up with that. And then I'll hit this with a pointy bit. And then I think do a little search for a cap, see if I got something that'll sit in there, and then we're gonna work on this hole. And I'm gonna say these holes. I think what I'm gonna want to do is whatever I come up with to patch here, I'll patch here. We'll turn this into a patch corner. What do you think? Yeah, and I have an idea. All right, wheel, little cleaning up. around the edges. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get this burning today or tomorrow because I forgot to grab some seal all, and it's kind of an overnight thing. So I'll either get this kind of finished up today, and then we'll get seal all tomorrow, and then overnight next day. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably find another day's worth of work in this thing between now and then. Okay, so let's get at it with a wire wheel. Okay, so yeah, while we're here, we might as well, while we're here, yeah. Let's do the 800 bit, 800 grit bit, yeah. So we'll give this 800 grit, we'll give this a once over with that, and then we'll concentrate on these air tubes. Who knows, maybe I'll even do a little patching down here. I'll put a strip here just to cover these big boys here. We'll see. It'll be fun. I got plenty of brass. All right, let's get at 800 grit. Nice. Oh no, should I just go ahead and steel wool this now? Just what the heck, right? See a little dent here I'd like to get out there. Yeah. Couple little dents may have been for me trying to get this burner off, but it's hard to say with something so old and beat up like this. And these little dents will disappear once the cone is on there. But hey, what the heck? Complete the process, right? Okay. So, well, why don't we just, actually, yeah, I do want to kind of get the bottom of it. I'm going to go up it a little bit. Got a little bit of 320 here, a little bit of it left. I'm going to just kind of go at the bottom a little bit. Right. So, yeah, so you can see as cleaning progresses how much bigger the hole has gotten since we started. That one's gotten a little bigger, so I'm going to assume It's probably going to happen over here too. And it looks like I see a little flaking, so I bet you that's going to let loose at some point. Although, you know, the thing about it is that when you restore something like this, you stopped all that rust. So maybe we're something that could potentially be future rust. Maybe we just don't need to worry about. But we'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. All right. So by the way, uncovered some patent numbers here. We got patent January 9th of 1900, April 10th of 1906. And looks like May 4th of 09. 1909, that is. Texas tea. Okay. All right. So what I've been thinking about. Hold on, I gotta go take a look. I gotta go take a search. Hold on a minute. Right. Well, look at this. This just might be just what we needed. Yeah, okay. So what I can do is cut up along where that pleat is on each side. It's gonna be a lot of cutting. It's gonna be kind of funky, but so we gotta clean these up. We gotta clean up these areas here. I think I hack it off here, but well, why bother right now? But I would like to. We'll get this off of here and I'll put that with my parts. Okay. Good. I'll put that with the parts. This, I believe, just looks like an embry. All right. Okay, so we don't need this around for the moment. I think what I'll do now, actually, maybe I'm just gonna rip these apart just like this. Yeah, okay, so we don't need that. We can save that. That's good. Some good portions there. So okay, we'll keep that. So now we got these things, and I will. I gotta get this solder and shit off of here. Gotta get my little solder wiping cloth, which is, oh, they're gone. They're gone. I guess I'll make another one, right? Meow. All right, so back to what I was doing here. All right, so let's see here. Ow! Why didn't you tell me that was hot? Okay. Well, I'll be darned. Looks like the same darn thing. How about them apples? Okay. Well, that should make it easy. In theory. All right. So, let me get my marking device. See where I want to cut. Well, that looks like that. And, all right. Gonna want to go right. I'm gonna go bigger than we need to for the time being. Yeah, looks like just over there. All right. All right, there. Okay, so let's try. Actually, while I'm at it, why don't I just score both of these? This is not an exact science, but I would like them to look the same when they're on there. You know what I'm saying? After I put them on, they're done. You know, this kind of thing before, and I've been uneven. But hey, what do you? Okay, so cutting wheel, and I got plenty of cutting wheels. However long this takes us. Come on now, what's wrong with you? Seriously though, what's wrong with you here? What's wrong with it? Why? Why were you acting like that? Okay, so since we don't need this whole tube, I can confidently put that in my vise and not worry about denting it or putting tool marks in it. So I'm going to go off to the side here and hack these off real quick because, you know, you don't need to see that. And it's complicated. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's our little elbow joints. So now we got to cut them along these lines here. I can get that dent out. I got to try to get it close to that as I can. That'll be interesting. Okay. All right, let's continue our cutting. All right. So, and I happen to notice, so when you cut one off, so yeah, it's left a little lip on there, but that might be good. So I'm not going to cut that off just yet. So this one's got lips on both sides. This one's got no lips. All right, got that dent out. So now, man, I wish I had a sanding disc. Ugh, I really do. A sanding wheel of some kind. That's bad cut right there. Some shitty cuts here, man. That's why I wish I had a sanding wheel, you know, something. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So, real quick, might as well give these a quick clean up. We probably got some trimming to do cutting these, but I like to make sure shit's clean before we play with it here. All right, let me clean these up real quick. So what I'm thinking of doing, that's for the other side. So do something like that. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I cut that right. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I like it with the with that little thingy's left on there. I am liking that. All right. Okay, so I'm liking these ones with the lips on them. All right, so this one's going to fit great. This one, however, because I want it with the lips on it, but this was, the orientation for this would be for the other side. So that means this would be cut completely different than this one. Well, maybe I'll put this one on first, and then I'll deal with this one. We'll pick and choose what we want to do. So I need to... Let's see, where are you, marking device? Gotta be careful here, because I don't want to overcut. All right, let's see what that does. We're gonna put our cutting wheel back on here. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Although I gotta cut some straight edges there. So, all right. I want it to be straight. So I'm gonna go cut that straight right there. And of course I gotta cut that straight. All right. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So there's that one. Now, this here. All right. Well, that's what we're looking like right here. Works for me. Yeah, well, it's a little press on there, real nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Little patch corner action. Beautiful. Okay, let's do some further work on that. All right, so we don't need these, but these will definitely come in handy at another time. All right, so what we have to do now is score the lantern, score the patches, and tin them, and plop them on there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Excellent. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark the lantern with the size of these patches so I can think about where to score them so these stick. And then I'll score these and tin these. All right. We're not blocking fuel here. We're just blocking some air, and it's no big deal if some air gets in there, because they are air tubes. You'd have to go. I think you'd have to have much larger volume of air come through the holes for there to be really an issue. let's see what we can do here. What would be the best? Yeah, maybe like that. Oh, actually, I want to lay down some solder in here. Let's see. Let's see where it'll let me place it. Hey, okay. So, yeah, I had to get all that flux off there because it was bugging the shit out of me, and it's still kind of sticky, and it kind of looks shitty. So I want to make sure that it's all off there, and all the acetone is off there, too, because I don't want it showing up underneath the oil treatment. So, here we go. Patch corner. RAYO number 78 patch corner. How about them apples? Okay. That's that. Oh my gosh. Wow, I killed some time here, man. Couple beads of solder that were in the air tube there obviously fell in some of the holes here. But we have total contact. No problem. Look at that. Nice meet up right there. Nice right there. Our holes are covered. A little tiny pinhole right there, but that's air tube. It's okay. It's okay. Now, I am done for the night, but I gotta look for a cap. I know I don't have one, but maybe I missed something. But I did have something that kind of fit the other thing temporarily. So this was another RAYO I was working on. Yeah. Because this got real tight thread, so I mean I got nothing in here. Yeah, well, that's an embry, and it's an obvious embry. Maybe if we went a little more generic. I want to be careful. I don't want to wreck these threads because I'm sure I'll find a cap. Well, so we got this, or this. We'll use that for now. We'll use that. I'm pretty sure I pulled all the parts off, all my parts RAYO stuff already. We do have the option for that. I actually a little supply of carcasses for just an occasion. And these were made for, yeah, okay. Hack that off a little bit there. It'll fit better. Yeah, you should see the plug that I have sticking in my Prisco number 2 special, which is pretty much the same lantern as this. It looks pretty much same fount, curved edge fount, and it's Prisco. I got a big, huge stick. It was the thing that came in it. Somebody had a gigantic freaking hunk of stick like that. If I can remember, I'll put the link to it. So there's an option. Or we can adopt one of them. I think this would be this. Back off a little something. It's kind of hard to thread these corks with a fine thread like this, but we might be making it work. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have options. And of course, because this is a rarity, I'll try as hard as I can. find the appropriate cap. All right, that's it for today. So what'll happen tomorrow, I'll go get some seal all. We'll come back here and we'll get this all finished up. We'll get it all treated and everything. Or maybe I'll just wait. Maybe I'll just get the treatment tomorrow, throw it in here, and then the next day we will treat it and fire it up. How's that sound? Oh, maybe tomorrow I'll patch this up down here. Because I do have a hunk of brass right here. Put together a little something there to get them big spots. I like packing stuff, but I have like 10 more feet of this, and I got like hundreds of feet of it in a thinner circumference, or a thinner, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right. It is 10 p.m. and of course I'm having my dinner after. But I ain't complaining. This is fun for me. I work all day and I come home and I play here and it relaxes me. I've been so into this that I had realized that my ham radio has been just kind of like not receiving anything. Just nothing but fuzz for a couple of hours here. I do want to I am wondering about bend here. Usually those are very straight, but I can't imagine anything happening to this thing would cause that to bend like that without wrecking this entire thing. I mean, this strong shit. We'll see. We'll see when we get it put back together. I mean, take a couple taps. I wonder if this was a way of shortening it by putting bends in it. Oh, interesting. Maybe I do want to go there. Little bend out of there. What the hell? How did these things narrow? So weird. I mean, you saw me trying to get this thing out of here. Huh. How about that? That's very, very bizarre. Did I cause, or was that there? I might have caused it. Well, all right, okay, got it. All right, folks, that's going to do it. And tomorrow's going to come up just like, okay. Hey, folks, we are back. So, yeah, we got this all 800 gridded. It's the next day, by the way. And I think I'm going to give this a little steel wool. And why don't we just go ahead and finish this up. And then we'll treat the tank. And then tomorrow we'll come in here, we'll light it up. Because I wanted on video that we got it lit. So we'll have to wait till tomorrow for that. I can see a little pinhole here. And we're gonna patch that. Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm remembering now. Remembering all the way back to yesterday. All right, so okay, I'll put a steel. I'm gonna steel wool this thing, and then we will work on the bottom there. We'll patch that up with some brass, and we'll tape over the small ones, and then hit it with the seal all. And I'll show you. There's a little one there. A little one there. Okay. So, all right. Let me throw some steel wool on this thing that won't take but a second when time lapse isn't yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, we're gonna do a little time lapse here of this, get this all cleaned up, and then we'll continue with the bottom. Okay, so these globe guards were all bent out of shape. It's pretty darn close to where I want it right now. Good. Much better. And I was looking at this too, and I see that this is not straight at all, so I'm assuming that's where our distance went. That's why this thing is not fitting in there funny, because I must have done a little bending on it when I was taking it out.
Okay, but whatever you do, don't tell the government. And
Okay, so I'm going to put this in the vise and get this bent to where I want it. Yeah, you can see it ain't perfect there. This is like this, we want it like that. All right, hold on a second. Okay, so I straightened it out. Now it's super freaking long. Okay, well, it'll take a minute. It'll take a minute for me to, yeah. It'll take me a minute to get that back in there, but it's all right. Yeah, good. That'll be good. Okay, so let's do some reassembling here. I'm not exactly sure why this is being like that. So let's investigate. Huh, okay. Well, I guess we gotta clean that out a little bit. I know I got something. There's something that'll get in there. All right, what I think I gotta do is something's funky with this. It seems like that's a little wide. Who knows? Maybe some kind of damage or something. I need to kind of file this down ever so slightly here. I will use this cutting wheel as a grinder. All right, let's see if that helped any. Okay, good. Good. All right. Ooh, it's still not liking it. What is wrong with that? Is that this thing not straight? No. No. All right. So. Okay. So now let's plop it on here. Ooh, I might need my, yeah, I do. I need my paracord. Need my paracord to put it back on as well as when we took it off. Whoops. Okay. Sorry, I had to get it in my lap there so I could get it to work. Oh no! Son of a bitch! Oh, I knew. God damn it! I screwed it up. I didn't put the latch through. Hold on a minute. Okay, take that off. What a dummy. What a maroon. Okay, now we're in there. All right. We're out. Now we're in. Why does this look so awkward? Well, because it freaking stops tool marks, man. Freaking tool marks! All right, hold on a minute. Oh, and I just made a tool mark, and I'll show you in a minute. Oh, all right. Yeah, put a little scratch here. All right, we're all right. I didn't hurt it too bad. What's happening here? Something's acting a little funny. All right, so I've been having this weird issue getting this baby like off of here. Once I put it on, it's such a, oh man, it's gonna need to be pried off every time it's used. Or, there we go. Okay, I was having a little trouble with this, so this, I bent it out so straight that I over straightened it. Now we're good. Beautiful. But now this darn thing needs to be pried off. It must be very slight. Very slight. That's that right there. So if I keep doing this, it shows me where the contact issue is, kinda. Yeah, it's over there. All right. Once we oil it up, I'll throw a little 3M in there or something, a little coil. It'll slip on there. All right, so now that is on there. That is excellent. Now let's work down here. All right, so first off, let's see. All right, I'm putting on my strap here, kind of hold this thing. Ain't gonna work too good. So I'll put them both on there. Bring this one over here. There we go. Now, let's see. Let me take a look. These holes are going to get bigger right now, I can tell. All right. I don't know why I did that. I got to score it real nice for that to... All right, let's see here. First off, make sure you cut something that looks freaking square, for crying out loud. Who cut this? Oh, yeah. Me. Go right to about there. Probably fall asleep after eating so much this afternoon, but I'll probably fall asleep watching the banana guys. Okay, great. I don't necessarily need to bend this because brass it's got enough bend to it that I'll just bend it as I go once we put it on there and once we get some solder going. All right, so that gets all these major holes. Pardon my French. Should I round the edges? Should I come around here and round the edges a little bit? Make it look fun. Yeah, let's round the edges. Make it look a little softer. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, oh yeah, much better. Okay, cool. All right, so what we'll do, well, first of all, let me fix this. Even though this is the bottom, I still want to make sure that these little curves are nice. All right, so okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a mark. Oh, sorry. Man, I do that a lot. I keep forgetting to bring you guys with me when I do something like this. All right, so I'm marking the lantern so I know where to etch it, where it won't look awful. So this is the outside, so I marked that. So we're going to etch this, and we're going to etch that. Get our, got to get the most annoying tool to deliberately make annoying marks. Okay, so I'm going to do some etching. Going to get this past this oxidation so solder will stick. All right. What the hell? Look at that. What just happened there? Did this finally give out? That would really suck if it did. They do give out. Oh, okay. We might still be all right. Wonder what happened there. Unless I over widen it to flip this. There we go. All right. So we got that. We got that. And of course, I'm going to make a little bomb here. I'm going to make a little bomb, and hopefully I won't blow up myself up doing this. A little acetone on here just to get rid of all the unpleasantries that may be on this very old metal here. Okay, now we're going to flux it. I'm going to fuck this thing up. All right, good. No fire. Excellent. I did, the last time I did make a little incendiary bomb by accident with acetone was in a video, not too much earlier than this one. It was a, I think it was the RAYO searchlight, or RAYO beacon, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I did a little something there. Blew myself up. Yeah, good times. It's all on video. So I like to heat this after I put the tinning flux on there to kind of get it started doing its tinning crap there. Could be completely unnecessary, but hey, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. All right, now I'll throw some solder around on this thing. I'll try to go around the edge. Just like that. That's what we want. Right there. Now we'll see if this will stick here a little bit. Ooh, none of that wants to stick here. None of it. It wants nothing to do with sticking to this. lantern. Oh man. Well, let's see what happens. All right. You've seen me do this before. I have tinned and soldered both surfaces, and I'm going to get this peanut butter and jelly to meld together by heating it up. And I'm holding it in place while the solder re-solidifies. By Jove, I believe we have done it. I'm gonna clean up all this flux. There we go. Okay. We're patched. Big holes are patched. Actually, I see a little corner come up, so I can go in here, give that some good pressure, and localize the heat. There we go. I know it's worked because it's squeezed out a little solder that was kind of holding that. There we go. All right. Now, get that little hunk. There. All right, let me clean this up. I'll be right back. Okay, you know what we're gonna do now? We are going to treat it. We're gonna oil it up, and then we'll throw some treatment in the tank, and then tomorrow we will give it a firing up. And I think in a minute here we're going to see why this thing has earned the name dark chocolate. That's what I'm calling it. I like to name stuff. Okay, so let's put some oil on this beauty, this rarity, this Bruce Smith of a lantern. All right, let's see how things, look. Oh man, look at that. It's almost like a burnt sienna and a. All right, let's see here. Oh man, look at that. That is some seriously earned patina right there. And the cool thing is that we put parts on it that were also old lantern parts. So love that. And they got their own patina, which they're sharing with this one. Wow, yeah, it's great. Wow, it's so nice and dark. Loving it. All right, let's get our oil oiled up and wipe down, and then we'll take another look. Beautiful. Beautiful dark chocolate. Yeah, very nice. All right, so now we're going to treat the tank. Oh, we're going to find a globe for this thing. I know I got a globe. I just got to find it. Find one that feels right. They're in here. All right, so that is our only visible, the only visual pinhole I can see on top here. Right down here. So there's holes that, so the viscosity of seal all is thick. So super tiny holes, I mean even the ones that I'm covering up here are almost really already just too small for that seal all to come out. So, but I'm taping them up anyway. And of course I just treated this so the tape's not going to stick too good. Let's see. All right. So we got tape on there, on there, on there. And I think it's warm enough where I don't need to warm up this. Well, maybe I want to because this is a big ass fountain bottom here. And I'm going to need to spread this out. I'm going to go put this in some warm water and let it kind of work its way through because it loosens the viscosity of this, and you'll see. Right now it's kind of rubber cement like, and I'm going to liquefy it a little bit so it's easier for me to manipulate around in the tank. It's easier for me to warm this than it is to like warm this with a torch. And plus it's got tape on it, can't warm it with a torch. And also this stuff it bubbles up real quick. Because this tin, you know, it's no way for it to dissipate heat. So the hot point you put on it's going to just transfer right through it. All right, so let me go warm this up a little bit, and then we'll continue. Oh, was I not even recording? Well, I dumped about, I don't know, 60% of this in here, and now I'm just kind of manipulating around. I'm watching it. Make sure that I go all the way around. Here, make sure I get up the wall here good enough. Shouldn't be that hard. And it was a really good idea warming it up first. I suggest you do the same, even in the summer. It's just hot water. I just put it in a glass of hot water for about 10 minutes. All right, I'm going to keep doing this, and I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, all right, so I think we got it. So we will just continue the agitation of this thing. Now we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it until tomorrow. It's going to need a good overnight because it's so humid. It'll be hard for that to dry in there. All right. Well, dark chocolate looking good. Okay. All right, that's it. That's it for tonight. Tomorrow what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick assembly and we're gonna fire it up. That's all that's waiting on this. Is firing it up. All right, see you tomorrow. Okay, so we are back. Now we can see our treatment of the tank went. And this is pulled off the oil that I put on here, so I'm going to just kind of quickly swish that around there and make sure I got some residual left on this brush. So I'm going to brush it on there because this is a very vulnerable spot. That's probably why it rusted more than any other spot. Because it's unnoticed, nobody checks it. You just don't know what's going on down here on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's better. Okay. Now. Good. Everything is dry. Now, we can throw this thing together I don't know. What do I want to do for a cap? I don't want to. I really, this goes on there and it looks pretty nice, but it's an embry and it's unmistakably an embry, and I kind of don't want to mix that in there. So I would rather have something generic-y looking or a cork. So I think we're gonna go with a cork. Maybe I'll age it a little bit with a torch. We'll see how I feel. All right, now let's see if I can find a vintage wick. Should I try to burn this one that was in it? It's pretty fried, but I think it'll light. I mean, it'll light. I should have rinsed it out. But yeah, it's got some meat on it. It's not pretty, but doesn't have to be. So we'll use the one that was in it. It wasn't. It was actually not in it. It was actually bonded to the bottom of the fountain here with rust. Okay, well maybe there was something. Yeah, maybe it's just. Yeah, it looks like there is a little rot going on here on this old wick, but yeah, that's getting better now. There was probably something in the sheath here. Probably dirty as hell. Not surprising. You saw what we started with here. All right, so we got that. That's got enough length. Yep, all right, plenty of length. Now, oh, and I found a globe. Found a nice RAYO #2 cold blast globe. This thing, this thing was not going on great, and I threw a little coil on it for two reasons: for lubrication and also to kind of keep it from oxidizing in there more than other parts, because this will just be a bitch to get off if it gets even a little oxidized in its crack right here. Yeah, oh yeah, that made a big difference lubing it up. Okay, excellent. Now, yeah, I kind of like it with a little chip out of it there. Kind of makes it look like it's been in there a while. We're just weathering it so it matches. Dark chocolate over here. Okay, so we got that, we got that, we got that. Now, let's throw some fuel in it. And let's hope for the best. That we're not leaving any kind of puddles underneath. We'll give it a minute. So if there was a fuel spout here that had a thicker grooves in it like that, I'd be able to kind of put grooves in this cork. But this is fine thread. This fine thread here, so it's kind of hard to. Yeah. All right, that'll work. That will work. Excellent. No weeping. I see nothing coming out of the previous pinholes. Now, all we got to do is wait for the wick to be wicked full of kerosene, and then we'll light her up. I'll be right back. All right. Yes, okay, we have wick. All right, so we'll put in our nice new globe here and our freshly bent back globe guards, which were all kind of bent up. So we got them all. Yeah, now they properly. There we go. Probably hold that baby right in there. Beautiful. Nice. All right, I love it. Sometimes the action of these things, once you know, when you get an old RAYO, man, because just these, there's nothing smooth, and nothing smooth about their lift levers for sure. They're bang, clank, bang, clank. Nothing fluid like a Monarch or a Royal, where it's like, oh, like butter. So, and a lot of times, after, if these get a little bit bent, these things get really wonky. And I'm so glad that, considering this thing is not moving for me well at all. At the beginning. All right, now, let's light it up. Sorry, it's not nighttime, but there's a lot going on here. Yep. It is that humid that none of these matches are working. All right. Yoink. Man, that old wick's doing great. Nice burn from the old wick. Pardon my French. All right, let's take a look here. There we have it, man. Very cool. Got our little nicely aged thing here, and it's in there good. Dark chocolate. No, you can't really tell because of all that blue light coming in the window. But there we have it, man. RAYO number 78. The Bruce Smith of lanterns. Okay. Well, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with how this came out. I really thought it was parts. I was going to use this part on a RAYO beacon. I was going to use the chimney here. But, oh, geez, I left the bail off. Got to put the bail on there. Hold on a minute. All right, bail is on there. Bail test. There we go. Nice. Well, folks, that's going to do it. This is all done. Dark chocolate is ready to go. This dark chocolate patch corner. The RAYO patch corner dark chocolate number 76. That's what we'll call it. Folks, that's going to do it for me here today. Today's Jerry Garcia's birthday, so happy Jerry Day. I doubt I have any deadheads watching my lantern stuff, but hey, if you are, I'm with you, brother. All right, that'll do it. Till next time, don't you go changing.
We'll be back with the Magic Tunes for the Armada Room's 2-hour disco swing party after this short break. Till then, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.